So for lesson 12, you are going to be learning a little bit about JavaScript. So there are some pages in your book that you are going to want to look through, and then you're going to want to go into the lecture demo. The lecture demo does explain in a little bit more detail how to create variables, how to do some very simple interactive JavaScript coding, how to modify CSS with JavaScript, that type of thing. And the videos, I did create videos for the different sections in this page, so you can actually click on those and they will explain things to you. And as you go through here, you'll notice that we talk about variables, how to declare them, how to initialize them, all the different types of variables that you can use. And basically, variables are just little storage containers for data values that you want to use. So we go through here, you'll learn about JavaScript methods and functions. You know, what is a method? You'll notice that I do have some fun little interactive exercises. What is your favorite brand of chocolate? And you can see that it shows up here. All of this is done using JavaScript. So you'll learn some basic JavaScript commands. And after you work through all of this, then you'll come into the textbook assignment. Now, the textbook assignment includes just some very simple JavaScript exercises, and I also added some responsive CSS exercises because I felt that you needed a little bit more review on that because it is so incredibly important in web development. So when you come in here, we kind of start out with some JavaScript exercises. Basically, you're going to create a page that looks like this, and you can click buttons to change the scene from day to night and vice versa. Okay, and the two graphics that you need are here, and then here's the code that you're going to be using. Then you are going to create a little interactive page called Introductions. That's basically going to be prompting for information, and then it's going to display it back to you. You're going to take that same page, and instead of displaying back the information in an alert box, you are going to write it to the screen. Okay, and then you get a little break from JavaScript, and you're going to be working with Flexbox and Grid View. There's a folder you're going to download, and it's actually going to have 3 different files with the same content in them. And so there is a video that shows you how to do the Flexbox, a video that shows you how to do the Grid View. And if you look down here, there are written instructions that tell you how to do each one. And then I did CSS Grid separate because it's a little bit more complicated. So there is a separate video on CSS Grid. And once you get done with that, the last exercise is back to JavaScript. So this is another interactive exercise. I think you'll have fun with this. You're basically going to be working with this document, which allows you to, pick colors, and it's going to actually apply those changes to your page when you click change. Obviously, if I click change now, it's going to do nothing because I don't have any JavaScript added to this yet. That is what you are going to do. So you're going to add the JavaScript that makes that interactive. And then we get into creating a push navigation menu and an overlay navigation menu. So all of the code for the push is in this PDF link, and you can also see it here. And then to create the overlay, you're going to save it under a different name and just modify the code a little bit. And that will create the overlay menu. Okay? And then you will turn all of that in. And that is your last textbook assignment. Uh, After you finish that, there is an exam that you are going to want to take. And once you finish the exam, you will create a Certiport account if you do not have one. And if you click on the link, there is a link to Certiport so you can create your account. And you do not need to purchase a voucher. We have the vouchers. All you have to do is create the account and then log in and do a little screenshot. And that is what I need you to submit is your screenshot so I can give you points. So if you already have an account, you just log in and do a screenshot. And if you have to create the account and do the screenshot, and then you get points. Once you finish all that, you can start working on your term project. And as I mentioned in Lesson 11, you can use the Lesson 11 lab assignment as a basis for the final project. Okay, so for your term project, you are going to want to put it in a final project folder. So if you start with your Lesson 11, you certainly can just copy, paste that right into there. And then there are things that you're going to have to add. So you're going to look through the minimum requirements. You will notice that a lot of the minimum requirements are the same as the requirements for Lesson 11, which is why I told you guys you could double dip. So you'll go through here. There are some requirements that are in here that are not in Lesson 11, like the JavaScript requirement or the icon bar. So those things you are going to want to work in. It does require print CSS and screen or index CSS. So you'll have a lot of that done already if you use Lesson 11. And you'll just need to tweak it a little bit for any additional content that you add for the term project. Okay, make sure you link the term project into your assignment page and then transfer everything to the web. If you want to call your term project index, that's fine. If you want to call it term project, I honestly do not care what you call it. My thought was that you'll probably call it index and you'll put it in the final project folder. If you want to go with that convention, that's okay. If you are comfortable choosing a different name, that is fine too. I'm not really so picky about the naming at this point because I think you guys can adjust your links just fine. Really important with your term project that you test it live. Make sure everything works when you're viewing it live online. Okay, so there is a video, a little separate video you can watch on the term project. And I would recommend printing out this checklist because as you complete the requirements, you can check them off. That will ensure that you have everything completed. And this is what I look at when I am actually grading your term project. So that's pretty much what we have for week or lesson 12. Okay, and if you get stuck or have problems, make sure you transfer your pages to the web and send me an email so I can go look at them. Have a great week. Let me know if you have any questions.